and hold it up. My friends at home, hold up what you wrote. What is literary nonfiction? My friends in here, let's see it. Let's see. It doesn't have to be long. Let's hear. Ava, what's literary nonfiction? Ava, are you there? What's literary nonfiction?
It must be her connection.
I don't know, Ava. All right, someone in here. Aiden, what is literary nonfiction?
Literary nonfiction is telling a story, but it's nonfiction.
Right, it's a combination of both fiction, where it tells a story, and nonfiction, where it gives you true facts. It's a blend of both. Can you put a thumb up if you agree, or put something similar down as Aiden did? My friends at home, I want to see a thumb up if you agree with Aiden. So it's a blend of both fiction and nonfiction, tells a story but gives you true facts. So today, you can see my question for you. What we're going to be figuring out is, and you guys can read it with me, how do I navigate through text features to deepen my understanding of a text? So now we're going to go and dig deeper with text features. We're going to use that oceanography reference book today to think about text features and how they help us to better understand what we're reading. But before we begin, I've got a good vocabulary all about text features. Yes. Miss Caldwell, don't let me forget to tell the folks about the Moon Journal at the end of class. Liliana, will you turn off the light?
Can I erase my board?
You guys can erase your board.
Leo here just found out he has to do a report on sloths. He checks out a nonfiction book. The title is All About Sloths. This is a little bit different from the fiction books that he's been reading. It's got all these text features. Those are the things that draw his eye to important information and help him understand all the interesting facts. Leo's gonna use those text features to find his way around the text. Yo, Leo opens the book. It looks like nonsense till he looks in the front for the table of contents. It's nothing like the table in his kitchen. It lists big topics with a short description. Leo sees chapter 2 is called Sloth Habitat. He starts on page 15. He flips to that at the top of the page. Just as expected, it says Sloth Habitat in very big letters. That's called a heading. It helps him figure out what this section of the book is all about. There are subheadings too. The chapter's divided by smaller headings like trees and climbing. Leo sees a picture that makes him laugh. A sloth hanging from a branch, that's a photograph. It was taken with a camera, put in the book to show us how a sloth really looks. Underneath the photo, there's a quick description. That's a caption. It tells you what's in the picture. Leo starts to wonder, what's a sloth diet? There's a text feature that'll help him find it. It's called the index. All topics of importance are listed in the back in ABC order. Leo spots diet, that was easy to find. It's on pages 7 through 9.
Feeling lost in a book that's not fiction. Text features will point you in the right direction. The captain has a compass, the pilot has a map. You can use text features to find facts. Feeling lost in a book that's not fiction. Text features will point you in the right direction. The captain has a compass, the pilot has a map. You can use text features to find facts.
Leo keeps reading. It's making him think. He sees that some species of sloths are extinct. Extinct is bold. What's up with that word? It's bold because it's something new to learn. It could be italicized or underlined. Want to know what it means? It's easy to find. In the back of the book, there's something called a glossary, where new words are defined properly. It's an ABC order. Leo looks through the list. He sees extinct means it no longer exists. Now he's flipping through the pages. Hang on, man. He spots a cool image called a diagram. That's a picture that shows different parts of something. So Leo knows how it works, how it functions. Labels that point out different parts, like stomach, lungs, and its loving heart. This table compares sloths to giraffes. We can also compare with a chart or a graph. These are visual ways of organizing data. So long, sloth. We'll see you later. Peace out. I said we'll see you later. I forgot how slow these guys are.
Feeling lost in a book that's non-fiction. Text features will point you in the right direction. The captain has a compass, a pilot has a map. You can use text features to find facts. Feeling lost in a book that's non-fiction. Text features will point you in the right direction. The captain has a compass, a pilot has a map. You can use text features to find facts.
Yeah, let's fix that.
Real quick, I'm gonna put myself on mute. So that I can put my other hand on. Can you guys hear me, my friends?
Yes.
Okay, I'm back on my other computer now. Okay, so, and Liliana, if you don't mind turning on one light. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be reading through some of our oceanography, perfect, thank you, book that we talked about yesterday. We briefly went over it yesterday, and we're going to do a bit of a hunt. So what I need you to do is we need to draw a chart in our reader's notebook. So everyone has their pencil ready to go. And you're just going to draw this chart with me. Doesn't have to be perfect. So our title is Identifying Nonfiction Text Features. You can do it horizontal or you can do it vertical. That's totally fine. And I'm going to put NF for nonfiction. You can do that as well, yes.
Are we just writing that?
You are writing this. This is your title for your chart, yes. Next free page in your reader's notebook. Yep, like right there. And we're going to be using the book Oceanography. Which is a reference text. So I'm going to actually put an R with a circle right there. Remember, a reference text is an informational book that gives us true facts about a certain topic, like sloths, the ocean, soccer, sea animals, all of that. It's not going to be about people. It's going to be about animals or things or places like Spain. That's a reference or informational. And then on our chart, we're going to have 3 lines. So I'm going to scroll down a little bit. We're going to have page. And that can be smaller. We're going to have text feature. And your line is going to go all the way down the page. And then we're going to have purpose. Those are my 3 columns. Okay? Give you a minute to get that down. I'll take this back because I'm going to give you guys a new one. How we doing so far, my friends in class? How we doing so far, my friends at home? Getting this chart down? Good.
Does that say text picture?
Text feature with an F. And after you're done writing, I just want you to think of some of the important text features that you've seen in nonfiction books, especially reference texts, that are really helpful. And we're going to brainstorm a few, okay? So I want you to think of some of those major text features that you've seen that really help you understand a nonfiction book, okay? So can you put your pencil up in the air when you're done drawing your chart? My friends at home, please put your pencil up in the air when you are done drawing your chart. Good. Looks like we're almost done. Okay. Raise your hand. Uh-oh. Can you guys see? It kicked me out. Yep.
And you're the host.
And I'm the host. Are we back in? Sorry, guys. It kicked me out for a second. Okay. So let's think of some of those nonfiction text features that are helpful. Natalie, give me one. Glossary. Good. Someone at home, give me another. Someone at home, give me another. Axel, give me another text feature that's really helpful. Natalie said glossary.
Table of contents.
Table of contents. Excellent. Someone in Miss Caldwell's class, give me another one.
The index.
Index. Good. One of my friends in here, give me another one. Layla, you look like you were about to raise your hand. Headings. Very good. Headings and subheadings. Lily, give me one. Captions. One of my friends at home, where do you find a caption? Where do you find a caption? Underneath a what? Where do you find a caption? Underneath a what? Bryson, a caption is usually underneath a what?
The page.
It is on the page. It's usually underneath a photograph or a picture. And in nonfiction, in informational or reference text, you're going to see a lot of photographs. Today, you're going to see a lot of photographs. What about bold words? Do you see bold words?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really important.
And they're really important words that are found in the glossary. So let's get started looking at our oceanography book. We're not going to read the whole thing today, but we're going to be hunting for some nonfiction text features. Okay. So right away, we're going to go back. Right away, what do I see? Table of contents. Right. We're going to start with that right here. So, please, good morning, Alexis. How are you? Did you check in? Good. Okay. So, we're going to put page 4. We're going to put table of contents, and then we're going to actually look at the purpose. Okay. Get that down. Kendrick, you got that down? Page 4, table of contents. And I'm going to show you the one up here.
I see the picture.
You can see, yeah. All right, and then I'm going to go back. What do you notice about the table of contents? What do you notice about the table of contents? It shows what? Lily, what does it show?
It shows like all the different pages you'll be reading.
Yes, it shows all the different chapters. Chapter 1 is the science of oceanography. Chapter 2 is the history of oceanography. Chapter 4 is amazing sea life. It shows all the chapters you're going to be reading, and it tells you something else really important on the right side. Juan, what else does it tell me? It tells me the chapter title and what? My friends in here, what is this? Juan, what is this right here? Did we lose Juan? Yeah, Juan, take yourself off mute. What is that? That number is really important. What does that number tell us?
We can't see what you're pointing at, Mrs.
Sorry, what, Miss Caldwell?
Sí, que no puedo mirar que me está pegando.
We can't see what you're pointing at.
I'm circling it with my mouse. Can you see that?
No.
Yeah. 1, I'm doing it with my mouse. What is that? Anyone else have an idea? This is a page number. So page, the science of oceanography starts on page 7. So I can go straight to page 7. If I only want to learn about amazing sea life, what page am I going to go to, everybody? Page 31. So that is the purpose of the table of contents. So let's write that down. The purpose is it helps us to identify key topics. So identify key topics. And it shows the chapter and page number. Then I'm going to draw a line all the way across. Make sure your line goes all the way across and it's a straight line. My friends at home, you are getting this down so that you can glue it in your reader's notebook on Monday. So the table of contents is helpful because it takes you to the specific chapter that you would like to go to. It tells you the title and it tells you the page number. Page number, that's the symbol. Identify key topics. It gives me the chapter and the page number.
So this is what we're going to be doing with,
You're going to be doing a hunt in class. Yes, you are. Is that what you were going to ask? With a different book. You're going to do it on your own.
will we be doing this the same with the other teachers?
I'll explain it once we, have independent time. All right, I'm going to move my screen in about 30 seconds. My friends at home, please put a pencil up when you are done writing. My friends at school as well. And Alexis, don't worry, I'll get you caught up, okay? All right, it looks like we are ready to move on. Miss Caldwell's class, are you guys ready to move on? Okay. Go into my next page, which I have to use my mouse for because it won't let me. Right away, take a look at this next page. What do you see? What do you see? Any nonfiction text features? My friends at home, I want you to take yourself off mute. What is the first thing you see on the left side? My friends at home, take yourself off mute. My friends in here, what do you see?
A photograph.
A photograph. My friends, good. All of you said photograph. And there's a difference. This is a photograph, not a picture. A picture is drawn, right? A photograph is taken with a camera. And yes, this is an exact photograph of, I'll read you the caption. Feeding a shark can be dangerous. So he is feeding a shark. And we looked at this one yesterday. What is another text feature you see on these 2 pages? Talia, what's another text feature you see on this page besides the photograph?
The title.
The chapter title. Yeah, the chapter title. It could, sometimes people will call that a heading. Aiden, you see something else?
The title.
That's right, what she said, the chapter title. And then what do we have here below our caption? So this one had a lot of text features.
And a text.
You're right, yes. So we're going to put page 6. Do this with me. And for this one, we're just going to focus on the photograph and the caption. So we're going to write photograph. And caption. The caption is just as important as the photograph, because if I have a photograph or a picture and I have no idea what I'm looking at, is that going to help me understand what I'm reading? No. I need the caption too. I need to know, okay, this is what's going on. This is what I'm looking at. So the purpose of a photograph is it gives you a visual image, okay? So it gives you a visual image. And the purpose of the caption is it's giving you information about what you're looking at. In that case, what was it telling us? It was showing us the shark and the diver, right? Feeding the shark. So the caption gives, and I'm going to put a bullet here and a bullet here because this one is for photograph and this one is for caption. Gives info. I'm just going to write info instead of information. And in parentheses, I'm going to say shark feeds diver.
Also, we put caption gives
Ah! Oh my gosh, did I really just write that? My friends at home, did you see what I just wrote? Shark feeds diver. That should say, what should that say, everybody? Diver feeds shark. I was just seeing if you guys were paying attention. Diver feeds shark.
Miss Brisson, if you ever have a shark feed you, let me know.
I know. Miss Caldwell said, if you ever have a shark feeding you, let me know. Yeah, that wouldn't go well.
not going.
The photograph goes with visual image. The caption is it gives information, and in parentheses we said the diver feeds the shark. That was the caption that we saw for the with this photograph on page 6. You can draw, yes, and then you're gonna draw your line going all the way across. I'm gonna have to extend my page.
Miss Brisson, in the first word near chapter, do we have parentheses?
Yes,
In the first.
yeah, I put parentheses, chapter and page number.
Okay.
You don't have to, I'm just doing that, but you can if you want. So I'm gonna extend my line, it's going further down. My line goes all the way across. Please draw your line. We are done with photograph and caption now. And our next one is, we're going to keep on reading. We're going to keep on hunting. We are going to read a little bit. So let's go back and read just the first page. And we might have read this yesterday. Yeah. Did you know that hot molten rock is oozing from the seafloor? Have you heard that whales sing as they travel? Can you imagine swimming beneath a thick sheet of ice? Do you know about the octopus that pretends it's a snake? If any of these questions interest you, you might want to learn about oceanography. Oceanography is the study of the Earth's oceans and seas. And what did we say that this shows? Chapter 1, the science of oceanography. This is the chapter title. Would you say, put a thumb up or a thumb down? Thumb up if you think this is a nonfiction text feature, the chapter title. Thumb down if you don't. My friends at home, I want to see either your thumb up or your thumb down. My friends at home, I should see you participating. Thumb up, thumb down. If you think it's a nonfiction text feature, put your thumb up. If you don't, put your thumb down. Up. Show me. Show me, my friends. Good. Jordan, what do you think? Everyone in here, what do you think? Yes, it is. I don't know what is happening.
What are these? What is going on? It says you're on the Zoom though.
Here it is. Okay. So we're going to put, this is page 7, and we're going to say chapter title. Chapter title. And in this case, our chapter title is The Science of Oceanography. So I'm going to put that right below. The Science of Oceanography.
Do we have to write it?
I would like for you to write this, yes. And I want you to be thinking as you're writing, what is the purpose? What's the purpose of a chapter title? Why do we have that? What's the purpose of the chapter title? How is it going to help us as a reader to better understand what we're reading? Think about that. What's the purpose of a chapter title? Someone in Miss Caldwell's class, what do you think the purpose, why is the chapter title so important? Why do we need to have that?
So what?
Brayden, what do you
So
think?
you know what you're going to read about.
So you know what you're going to be reading about. Excellent. I don't know who said that, but that is exactly right. And so let's put that down. Tells us what we will be reading. In that section, not in the whole book, but in that section.
Ava, I need you to stay on at the end, please.
And Ava, I hope you're getting this down because you're bringing it when you come back to school, and I'm going to be checking it. And if it doesn't get done, we know when it will get done. So it tells us what we're going to be reading about in that section. This is all going to be about the science of oceanography.
Well, I'll put it in that chapter.
That's fine. Chapter's fine as well. You can write chapter or section. I am fine with either. All right, pencil in the air once you've got this down. So this is a chapter title. Now we're going to go to the next page, and I want you to see if there's like a mini chapter title. See if you can find a mini chapter title. All right. Take a look. Do you see a chapter title that's not like, it's not a chapter title, but it's still kind of like a title? Kendrick, do you see one on the page? It's like a smaller title. Do you see one?
Yeah.
Kendrick, what do you see right here at the top in purple?
Different views of the ocean.
Different views of the ocean. Does anyone know what that is called? It starts with an H. Does anyone at home, if you know what it's called, say it out loud. It starts with an H. This different views of the ocean. Who said that?
Me?
Who's me?
One.
Juan, you said heading. Very good. This is a heading. So I'm going to read this section for you. It's going to be all about the different views of the ocean. Follow along with your eyes as I read it aloud. The people who study the oceans are called oceanographers. Some oceanographers are interested in landforms. They study the features of the seafloor. They look at underwater volcanoes and mountain ranges. They watch scalding hot. Scalding hot is like going to burn so bad. Scalding hot water spew from the holes in the seafloor. They try to figure out how these features change over time. So this was all about a different view of this ocean from what? Are you looking up or are you looking at it from the bottom? The bottom, yeah. So that whole section was about a different view of the ocean, and that was my heading that tells me what I'm going to read about in that section within chapter 1. So let's put that down as our next feature. Page 8. Sometimes people will call it a heading. Sometimes people will call it a subheading. They are the same thing. So we're going to write heading / subheading. I'm going to write that below so I have room. And what was our subheading? It was different views of the ocean. So I'm going to write that down over here. It's called different views of the ocean. We'll do our purpose in just a second. I'll let you get that down. And again, it tells what we're going to be reading about. It tells what we are reading. That's our purpose. Yes, your purpose is in black. You can have multiple headings or subheadings within a chapter. Your Scholastic News does a really good job with subheadings. It's got the main article, and then it usually has 3 different sections that you're going to be reading with those subheadings or headings in black right above. All right, we're going to do one more for the day. So draw your line across. And I want you to see if you can find the next one. Okay? This is not your exit ticket yet. It's actually going to be on the same, it's going to be on the next page. And I'm going to read it aloud before we hunt. Some oceanographers study the water's movements. They look at how water interacts with the air above. They work to understand how the oceans affect the weather. Many other oceanographers are interested in plant and animal life. They learn how different organisms depend on each other for survival. An organism is an animal. Could be in the sea, could be on land. Some oceanographers keep track of pollution in the ocean. They study how it harms the sea life. They also think of ways to protect the ocean environment from pollution. Remember how you did the sea turtle activity with the online back a couple of months ago to help with the sea turtles and pollution? That kind of is similar to that. So on this page, page 9, on the right side, is there a text feature that really sticks out to you that we haven't talked about already? Obviously, we see there's a photograph right here, right? We see a caption. We've already talked about that. Put a thumb up or raise your hand, my friends at home and at school, if you see a text feature that is on page 9 that we haven't talked about yet. Let's see. I've got a lot of friends with their hands up at school. I want you guys to keep it. Valerie, what is a text feature? Do you see something on this page that really sticks out to you, Valerie? Yes, raise your hand if you were going to say a bold word. Very good. You see that word organism is darker. That word is in bold. Does anyone know where that word is going to be found in the back of the book? Natalie. In the glossary. And what is it going to tell me? It's going to give me the definition. Very good. So let's go back to our chart. And we're going to write, this is on page 9. And we're going to say bold word.
Was the last one on page 8 or 9?
Yeah, 8.
Wait, 9?
This is 9. The heading, the different views of the ocean, was page 8. And our bold word was, does anyone remember? Organism.
We write that.
At the top. An organism is an animal. And I'm going to read you what the glossary says while you're writing it down. So I go to the very back of the book. I find my glossary, which is right here. It says important words. It doesn't say glossary in this book. An organism, living plants or animals. That is the definition of an organism that they have given us. Living plants and animals. So, the purpose of a bold word is what? What does it give us? It gives us it shows us that it's an important word, and then in the glossary, it gives us the definition. So let's say, can I move my page down? Nope, I'm going to have to move my page down again. Doesn't give me much room.
Wait, is this the last one?
This is the last one we're going to do for the day, yes. So it is, gives the glossary, well, it draws attention to the word. And then I'm going to put glossary in parentheses because if it's a bold word, you will find it in the glossary. Draws attention means it sticks out. They want that word to look different. They want it to really stand out in your eyes, in your mind, so that you know this word is very important. Also, this is a word I might not know. Usually bold words are more difficult words so that they can give you the definition in the back of the book, in the glossary. Okay.
Sometimes you don't know what it means in the text feature.
Then you look it up. Exactly. So for your exit ticket, which my friends in the classroom, you're going to do on a sticky. My friends at home, you're going to write in the chat. I want you to tell me about one of the nonfiction text features that we discussed today. Think about the one that you think is the most important. There's no right or wrong answer, but you have to tell me why. Why is it important? And I will write my exit ticket up on the board. So you are thinking of one of the nonfiction text features we discussed today. Can you use your notebook? Yes, you can. The one that you think is the most important. So tell me the one you think is the most important and tell me what its purpose is. Why is it important?
And while you're writing it down, since I know that you will be leaving after this, Make sure you come on at 10:30 for math. We've got some important information to give you.
Yes. And actually, my friends at home, before we dismiss you, once you've given us your exit ticket, the moon phases. I noticed that you guys have not been able to see the moon the past couple of days because of the rain. I am going to make a new moon phases assignment. It's going to look very similar to the other chart. You have to have 5 moon phases done, 5 pictures done. If you started on the other sheet, let's say I did 3 moon phases from last week, then I'm going to have to get 2 done next week. You have to have a total of 5. If you already did 5, then you're good to go and you can turn it in the next time you come to class. I'll answer yours in class, okay? But if you are not coming to school, you'll have to upload your sheet to Google Classroom. It's not going to be due until next Friday now. I'm going to put it up on Google Classroom later today. You can go look at the moon tonight. Yeah, just do it on the bottom half. You can go look at the moon tomorrow on the weekend. You have to have a total of 5. So let's say I did 1 last week. I'm going to do 4 next week. It's due next Friday. All right? I'm giving you more time because of the weather. So there should be no excuse by next Friday as to why it's not complete. You're still going to have to do your picture, your sentence of what you see, and your guess of what moon phase you think it is. Have you done your exit ticket? Where's your sticky?
And make sure that you're getting your ready math done. Don't forget about that. Just because it's not on Google Classroom doesn't mean that it's not due. It's due tonight. So if you haven't done any of your iReady, you now have 4 assignments to complete.
So remember, you're giving me the text feature we discussed today that you think is the most important, and you're telling me its purpose. Why is it important?
Thank you, Alana.
You guys are
Do
reading
y'all want
to
me to stay
self when
on
you're
or
done.
can I go?